This is your planning preview for August 7th. Got Jason Beaver from the planning department.
Welcome.
How are you?
Good. I'm doing good. Nice day out today.
Yeah, so let's jump right into it. So we're going to jump into 1, 2, 3, and 4. Looks like these are at 57th and North Cliff. They're rezonings going from, looks like most of them are light industrial to conservation. That's where most of them are going to.
Yeah, as you all know, we have quite a few detention ponds actually throughout the city that are zoned incorrectly. So we have, as we call our intern extraordinaire this year, Haley, who has been able to do some of these cleanup zonings for us. She'll actually be on later in the program, but really they're just existing detention ponds that have been donated or given to the city, and we're just trying to get them zoned conservation because that's what they should be zoned. So.
Oh, we've had a couple of these in the past too.
Yeah, we usually try and do them every summer.
Yep.
Like I said, when we got an extra hand around, they're great for them to help us out with that.
So number 5, we've got a rezoning from looks like single family to RD1. And that's over, Cleveland and Rice, 1320 North Archer Drive?
Yep. 1320 North Archer Drive. This is actually a lot that's just south of Grand Prairie Foods over there on Cleveland Avenue and just east of Cleveland. It's a lot. It's currently zoned single family. The developer is looking to zone it to RD1 to hopefully sell it for a twin home. It's quite a big lot. And it seems like a pretty good fit to go from an industrial use to the twin home and then to those existing single-family homes to the east. So.
And then number 6, we've got a rezoning from commercial to RA2, apartment residential, and that's at 430 West 11th Street, 11th and Spring.
Yep. This is actually the old Bowden Youth Center.
Okay.
They're looking to redevelop this. We're actually amending the application to actually go from C2 to live work, and really the reason with that is live work kind of allows us to do some mixed use things there.
Okay.
Office on the bottom and apartments on the top. So we're really trying to push the applicant to try and do we want some apartments obviously, but being that close to downtown, we'd really love to get some sort of office or businesses on that first level. So.
Okay. And then number 7, we've got a conditional use permit for on-sale alcohol establishment located within 500 feet of a sensitive area at 1312 West 12th Street. That's Bob's Cafe, if I remember right.
Correct. This is the old Bob's Cafe that's just east of West on 12th Street. Obviously, Bob's had moved to a different location, and so they're looking to sell in this. It's a small place. The applicant's looking to try and do an on-sale alcoholic beverage establishment, a casino in there. There has been some neighborhood opposition to that. I believe the applicant's having a neighborhood meeting next week to kind of hopefully go through some of those concerns with those existing neighbors in that area.
Was this one of those that carried over from last month?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
And that was one of the main reasons is we really wanted the applicant to try and address some of those neighborhood concerns.
It makes a big difference when they do that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You can tell night and day difference when someone doesn't have one and when someone does.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate that. So number 8, we've got a conditional use permit for casino and C-store with alcohol beverage establishment within 500 feet of a sensitive area at 5503 North Cliff Avenue. That's just north of I-90 and Cliff.
Yep. So this is that old gas station that's up there that's currently vacant north of 90 and west of Cliff. This is another one that is also a carryover from last month. Similar concerns. We had some neighborhood concerns. We also had some concerns with the applicant, the existing site plan up there. Looks like they need to do some additional landscaping and buffering. So we're really another one that we wanted to be deferred so the applicant can really do that extra site work and then have that neighborhood meeting to hopefully talk with the neighbors and really give them an idea of what this could look like and show them that there can be a buffer between, the major arterial cliff to this proposed use and then to the existing single family to the west and to the north. So.
Okay. And then number 9, we've got a conditional use permit required for parking within 250 feet for use located at 1201 South 7th Avenue. Is that Vera, right by a Vera main campus?
Yep, this is the house that was notoriously called the Vera Smoking House.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So it's just west of the Vera's main campus. John Cook has taken that house and kind of reused the inside and made it into kind of 3 or 4 units and provided an additional parking lot. Well, Avera has found some great success in utilizing those for their, I believe, traveling nurses that need somewhere for a little bit. So there's an actual existing garage that he's looking to convert now into another unit, kind of an efficiency unit, really to hone in with the Avera traveling nurses. And so what they need is some additional parking, which they can't provide on site. So Avera has agreed and given them 3 spaces in that parking lot just to the east of 7th Avenue, so right across the street, which should be a pretty good dual use for both John and then Avera businesses. So.
Okay. Then we have number 10, conditional use permit for a kennel and boarding facility within 1,000 feet of DD, AD, MD forms located at 7221 South Grasslands Place. That's, I want to say like Cliff and 85th?
Yeah, yep, just north of 85th and west of Cliff. If you can remember, I bet it's probably a little over a year, maybe a year and a half ago. They actually did a conditional use for the existing, I think it's like Paw's Pet Resort. If you've been out there, this big paw daycare where you can boarding house for your dogs. That's been really successful. So now they're looking at actually expanding a little bit to the south with another building, which I believe is going to have like a swimming pool for these dogs and stuff. So it's really like a high-end place to take your dogs when you're going out of town. So it seems to be, it's been really successful. So.
Okay, cool. And number 12, we got a conditional use permit for a motor vehicle sales, display, and rental parking lot with a hard surface area of greater than 1 acre within 250 feet of DD or AD form located at 405 or 4501 East Arrowhead Parkway. That's Shopko, East Side Shopko, right?
Correct. This is the East Side Shopko. They're looking at a redevelopment in the inside there for a motor vehicle sales, display, and rental business in there. So should be a good reuse. We've been pretty lucky with some of those big box retailers that we have that have went out of business to actually get them reused. I think the only one we have left is the Eastside Kmart that hasn't been redeveloped. So it's been kind of we've been pretty lucky in some of those things. So.
We actually have. I mean, even Sears, we have, I mean, there's the only one really in the mall that has been spoken for, and that's being occupied right now too for a little while.
So it's we've been lucky to not have these large box retail things just sitting there. So
you drive around throughout the nation, there's a lot of empty boxes. So
absolutely.
Number 13, preliminary subdivision plan for Cloverleaf Business Park Addition located at east of North Marion Road and south of I-90.
Yep, correct. This is kind of northeast of that Walmart up on 60th and Marion, just south of the Interstate 90. This is another holdover as we do some of those preliminary subdivision plans. They're just so encompassing that it takes a little bit more time for applicants and staff to kind of address all of our comments. So we requested a deferral on that one, and hopefully we can get all those comments addressed before the August 7th meeting for them to be able to go forward and then get it approved and go to the city council. So
nice. Number 14, preliminary subdivision plan for Ackerson Addition located south of East 85th Street and east of South Minnesota Avenue.
This is just east of the other Walmart on 85th in Minnesota. Seems like everybody's developing next to Walmart. So this is another holdover that we had. We still had some significant things we needed to work on with the applicant. I think we still have some of those to do. So as of right now, I'm not sure if this one will actually go to the Planning Commission. And if it does, it may still be a request for a deferral to try and figure out some of the traffic and different street issues over there. So.
All right, so number 11, conditional use permit for alcohol sales within 500 feet of a sensitive use located at 2400 South Marion Road. That's Lake Lorraine, right?
Yeah, this is one of those tenant spaces in those strip malls that are actually running kind of north and south along South Marion Road there. They're just looking to do, I think, a bar, restaurant with maybe some video lottery in one of those tenant spaces. So.
Okay. That'll wrap it up for our agenda for the Planning Commission for August 7th. We'll be right back with a special guest.
The City of Sioux Falls has an easy way for you to help your community. Simply download the City of Sioux Falls mobile app. The app can be used to ask a question or to report a variety of nuisances like potholes, graffiti, streetlights not working, abandoned vehicles, and more. You can even upload a photo with your report. Every report is immediately routed to the appropriate team so they can quickly respond. In addition to tracking your reports, the app allows you to view reports submitted by other users and learn when they've been resolved. Go to the App Store or Google Play stores and download the City of Sioux Falls app today.
Welcome back to Planning Preview. I have kicked Larry out and have taken his spot because we do have a special guest. Every year, the Planning Development Services Department is lucky enough usually to get an intern. And this year we have what we refer to as our intern extraordinaire, Haley Bruckner. So she is here. And so we just wanted to bring her on to kind of get an idea of what she's been working on this summer, a little bit of information about herself, and really, to me, what she's learned with the planning department and things that have surprised her about the city of Sioux Falls. So welcome, Haley.
Thanks.
So first off, let's just give us a little information about yourself, where you go to school, where you're originally from, what's your major, that kind of stuff.
Sure. So I'm originally from Wessington Springs, South Dakota. Kind of bounced around South Dakota a lot when I was younger. Right now I go to school at SDSU in Brookings, South Dakota State. I'm a landscape architecture major there. I'm going into my last year. So yeah, that's basically sums it up for right now.
Well, we're just happy to have somebody from SDSU as our intern. So I know, because I've tasked her with a lot of stuff as well as other people within the city. She gets to do a variety of different activities and really helps us out to get caught up during the summer. So if you could maybe describe some of the things that you've been working on this summer, specifically, your day-to-day operational stuff.
Yeah, sure. So recently I've been doing a lot of I've been helping out the zoning department with their fence inspections. So I did quite a few of those in the last couple of weeks. I've also been doing some landscape inspections and one code case I've been working on. Other than that, I've been surveying buffer yards, going over those. That's kind of a recent development in the ordinance, and so making sure that those are being implemented correctly and things like that. I've been helping out with the art database, doing some information, uploading some information into there, keeping that updated. Also, I've been doing like the GIS mapping for the things on the items received, the GIS mapping and things like that, and doing that. Also, like the first 4 rezones on our agenda today, those I kind of headed up on those, put the signs out, things like that. And then one of the things that I've really been focusing on is updating the development review process. So that just making sure that tells citizens how you go from annexation to construction, and kind of taking that information and making sure that it's something that somebody can understand when they don't speak that language every day like the people in our office do.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I think is very important. We had a development review process guideline, graphic that you've seen, and it really does a pretty good job if you're in our field. It's really been difficult to give an average citizen, hey, what's the time frame to come in and get your property annexed to actually construct a Walmart or whatever. And so I think you've done an awesome job in working on that. We got a little bit more work to do to really get things moved around, but it's been nice having somebody that doesn't think that technically that we can get more of it so a citizen can understand it. So we really appreciate that, along with, as you know, all the other tasks that you've helped us with. So it's been amazing having you here and being able to get some of the stuff done that is not necessarily the stuff that we like to do, but you've been doing an amazing job with it.
No,
so
it's been fun.
Yeah, great. So just one other question that I think would be fun to ask is what surprised you about working with the city of Sioux Falls? I mean, what didn't you know when you came here, and now you're just surprised that what is going on here?
Well, I think when I came into it, I didn't necessarily have, I didn't really know what I was getting into. So I think the biggest surprise is just how involved the office is in everything. Like everything that happens in the city just comes through in one aspect or another, and just down to the detail, just how much really goes into just everything that happens. It's crazy. And the just amount of people who call the office every day. And no, it's really great. And just how well everybody works together, and you know, different departments coming together to just make sure that Sioux Falls is just a really great place to live in and work. So yeah, it's been really interesting. Learned a lot.
Good. We like I said, we've all appreciated having you here. You've really gone above and beyond a normal intern, what a normal intern would do. So we really appreciate it. And I guess if you want to see more of Haley, she does get to go to the Planning Commission meeting on August 7th to do her 4 cases. And then actually at City Council would be August 20th. You'll get to present to City Council, which is kind of a fun little thing to do. And hopefully they don't ask you too many hard questions.
Right.
But well, as we can say from our department, thank you for interning this year, and hopefully maybe we'll see you down the line. So.
Well, thanks. It's been fun.
And that's your planning preview for the August 7th Planning Commission meeting.